Shalom, 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 brethren. How beautiful and wonderful it is to be with you. I thank the auspicious magnitude of the Heavenly Father for beckoning your presence to be with me. His grace and His mercy is sufficient. His word and the manifestation of His word in flesh is our rest. Your beautiful energy is always welcomed. As you guys can see from the title of the video, something that I'm pretty sure will hit home to a lot of you, to a lot of us. So-called black male and the black family's mental health. You know, a lot of us say in times like these, but in reality, in what time has there not been things like these? In times like these, it shows now the mental health or the mental structure of the black man's mental health. How quickly can your mind be played with? How quickly can your mind be taken from you? The mind is a terrible thing to waste. And so we see what they're showing on television screens, we see what they're trying to show on the feed of all social media. They're trying to show you, so-called black man, so-called black family, for lack of a better term, getting your butt whipped, getting your hind parts handed to you. And for generations and eons of things like this been going on, the mental fortitude of our people has been etched away at, little by little. And so now the mental health of the black man is at a place where, if I dare may say this, it's never been before. It's now at such a lower state that his mind, he begins to think he's poor. And so you look around, you ask, why is this? Well, brethren, there's only one reason why. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you who have been on this channel can understand what I'm about to say. The black man has left his power. The black man has sold his power to other nations. The black man has given his power away time and time again. What is the black man's power? What is his only power? What makes him the renowned hero of old? What makes him the beings that used to be written about in comic books, in ancient legends of old? What makes him that? The Heavenly Father. The Heavenly Father is what made him strong. The Heavenly Father is what made him go long. The Word manifested inside of us, inside our flesh, the Spirit that comes down from the Shamayim that manifested itself within us is what strengthened us. The law of the Father is what surrounded us and made us strong. Not our own flesh, not our own doing, but His doing. A lot of people have a problem with the Bible. A lot of people have a problem with following the law. And those people that have a problem with the Bible and have a problem with following the law are those who don't read it and don't do it. Because if you read it, understand it, you can never open up your mouth and say the blasphemy that black men have been saying out of their mouth. The blasphemy against their own DNA. The blasphemy against their own brethren. Blaspheming Judah. And so the black man's mental health is still in the place where it is right now. When in reality, he's supposed to be Judah. What does that mean? Judah means light. Judah means they're a roaring lion. And so if you don't adhere to the words of the Torah, don't adhere to the words of the Bible, you as a black man aren't even adhering to your own DNA. You were given the structure of righteousness. You were given the structure of magnanimous grace and mercy, of excellence manifesting itself on this earth. And you not being in your full structure, you will be taken advantage of. The Most High says either you rule or you will be ruled over. Either you are the king or you are nothing. Either you are caretakers of the earth itself, or nothing else. See, for a Shemite, there's no other option but excellence. None. If you want to be like the other nations, if you want to be like the Gentiles, if you want to be like, as they say, the Goyim, the strangers to your DNA and strangers to your law, go ahead, be like them. You will be nothing. Because the Most High, He wants the offering that is able. He does not want the offering of the ones that cannot. And so time and time again, we keep seeing the TV screen, whether if it's true or not. It doesn't matter if it happened or not. What matters is your reaction to it. I believe in Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. It says, we wrestle not against flesh and blood. I'm paraphrasing here, but against principalities and wickedness in high and low places. So we understand that the fight that we're in as a man, as a Shemite, is not something that can just be quantified in this physical realm of reality. We need to understand that there are physical and metaphysical and spiritual entities that are moving this ether that we see, that are culminating into this fleshly body. And so the black man is looking around at this physical issue and he's thinking that he has it all solved. When if he just only focuses on his ego, he realizes he knows nothing at all. The ego is the fall of a lot of men. And if the ego is always something that a man can hold on to, his mental health will be fractured. Because physical knowledge and physical information is dwindling. One day a man thinks this, another day a man thinks that. Information comes and goes. It flows like water. It shows itself to who needs to be around. But what's the information that always stays? The information of the Father. His law from the beginning to the end. Bereshit lahakazim. And that law is your DNA, is your dinah, is your balance, is your harmony. It is your dinner. It's what you eat. It's like you have some lunch, have some breakfast, have some dinner, whatever you want. So your spirit needs to be fed. not just through the letter of the law or through the words that we see on paper, but through the actions that the words help us, propel us to do. It's not just a hear, it's a do. It's Shema. It's a hear and do. A lot of people have problems with you because they have problems with the ones that made you. And if you have a problem with the one that made you, oh my gosh, suicide rate is going to be high. Death rate is going to be high. Thought is going to be low. Because in reality, you don't know. But it's no longer time to not know, it's time to grow. It's time to show more. And be pure. The Most High is asking for pure vessels. Pure beings to understand His will, understand His way. You see, because the Father, He wants pure beings and pure vessels. He don't want jackals. People that joke around the truth. People that abuse the youth. He doesn't want that. He wants those who are going to uplift His law. He wants those who are going to manifest His aturah fully amongst His brethren. He wants those that serve the community. Whether you're a king or whether you're a janitor, the highest among you, regardless of your position, is a servant. As I said, man, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and wickedness in high and low places, Ephesians 6, verse 12. And so in this wrestling, we know that there's many things around us that could be affecting this physical plane of existence. And so we know that the shield that the quote-unquote black man has to put on, the original Shemite, the black family, the man and woman have to put on, is the entire book, the entire Sapar, the Torah. He has to walk with it. He has to become one with it. He has to become order within himself. We can look around for many things physically, but the Father dwells within you before He dwells in anything else. You are His vessel. You are His offering. You are His sheep. You are His oxen. You are His young bullock. You. Not anything else. You are it. But when the oxen becomes stiff-necked, becomes stoddish, his mind becomes numb to wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And so his mental health becomes something of an astonishment in which he becomes bewildered by the wickedness of his enemies. And so the black man's mental health is in shambles. His mind is in disarray. The suicide rate, as I mentioned, is the highest. His mind can be played with. He can go into foreign relationships with other people. He can go in strange relationships with other people. Man with man, woman with woman, and he'd be okay with it. He can walk around with his mind hanging really low and he think his mind is really high. Evil is fair seeming until it brings the end of a man. Something that seems good to you right now, when your consciousness shifts, it'll seem like the worst thing you could ever did in your life. But so is the way of time, so is the flow of consciousness. A lot of people say they're conscious, but if you know nothing about the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments, what type of consciousness are you really in if you can't bring your people back to the full measure of existence? The measure of existence is the rulership of the Father. No matter what land a Shemite is on, he's supposed to sleep comfortably. He's supposed to sleep in Shalem, no matter what land he's staying on. Because his mind is the original land of the Father. The sakad, the hedge, is his teshelet, is the forefront of his mind, is the garment of his mind. And so you will always be blue like the sky is, as you're reflecting the knowledge of the Father within you. No matter if people are disagreeing with you, no matter if people are saying, yo, this or that about you, you're fully focused on the will of the Father. And so your mental health will be fully capable of full perfection. You are put here for a purpose and put here for a reason. So never forget that. There's many things that could have happened to us, but he chose for you to be here right now. There's many things that you've seen happen, and he brought you here right now. So be grateful. Show love to your brethren. Serve your brethren, to the least, to the highest. Bring the knowledge of the Father. Bring the knowledge of understanding. Bring the knowledge of grace and mercy to all. Love your people. Love your people. I cannot repeat this to you enough. Love your people. Say it with me. Love your people. Let all of existence reign in the love of Shem. When we, as an offering, give back our offering to the Father, that's when we'll be at peace. Our minds will be at ease because it can no longer be played with. They show you these murder mixtapes to play with your mind. You constantly seeing your people at the bottom. Yes, it's going to play with your psyche as a child. It's going to put you in a position of servitude because you feel like, I'm not only getting a check from these people can take my life whenever they feel like it. And so psychologically and subconsciously, you become in a state of servitude to Egypt. You become like those Egyptians that when Moses was like, hey, it's time to go, you're like, nah, I'm staying here. You can't cross the Red Sea yet. Nah, I'm staying here. Because you love Egypt so much. You love what Egypt does for you. You love them talking about you. You love them beating you. You love them whipping you. You love it. Because it seems fair-seeming to you. When they slap you in the face, you say, oh, let's get some more. Because it seems good to you. Because you know not the love of the Father. You know not the love of his word. You know not the love of his everlasting rakah. His shalom is one. He's inside all. The wisdom of creation manifests itself within so-called black family. The man and the woman, the head and the body, move as one. The anointed body flows within us, flows through us, and flows for us. With that being said, family, you know what the goal is. You know what the mindset should be for us to bring back ourselves back to true fortitude. Love the Father, love his mercy, love his grace, and honor him at all times. Honor him in all your actions. Shalom.